Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashery, and as always,
Rob Mendiola.
Yay!
Yeah, I jumped on it.
I know you did, man.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I could barely talk here, man. But tomorrow,
Yeah, you sound very congested.
But I'm not. I'm going to see.
You got bigger problems.
Yeah, I'm going to see a dentist tomorrow because the ENT people told me I had TMJ. I was like, what the?
You gotta check your head, man.
It sucks, man. But anyhow, one surgery to the next. But yeah, let's go. What's going on?
Well, I hear you're going to be a grandfather.
Yeah, tomorrow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait,
it's a big day.
Yeah, we have a voice in the line. Who's joining us today? I think it's
she's ready to go, man.
Liz from CloZure. But Liz, there's no way in hell I can pronounce your last name, so I'm going ahead and let you do it.
Hi, my name's Liz Nikolai. I go by Nikolai, and I'm the lead singer of CloZure.
Cool.
Well,
Nikolai, that's easy, man.
Yeah, but it does not look that on the spelling I had.
Yeah.
That.
Well, you don't say my name right.
Yeah. It's spelled an interesting way because we're Albanian. So A's and J's combined make I's. And after my father's passing, I really liked to go by my last name because I feel like it's a weird thing, but I feel like I take my father with me when I use his last name.
Yeah, it's
that's cool. That's very cool. I wish my kids would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. No, that is very nice. But let's see. Yeah, I could have sworn, but apparently we saw you at Gettysburg at the Gettysburg rally. What was it called again?
It was Gettysburg Bike Week.
Bike Week. That's right.
It was one of the hugest turnouts, I believe.
It was fantastic. Like I said, that everybody was there, including the Texas Heat. So yeah,
and CloZure played with Shades of Raven, who we just had on.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah.
I'll be damn, because Paul manages in. Yeah, so that's cool. So what's up with CloZure? And that is CLOZURE out there. If you look at they have 2 songs out. I know they're out on Spotify. I'm assuming that's Apple Music and everywhere else you can find them. And tell us a little bit about the band.
Have 2 songs. We have 2 songs out right now, but we do have a cover being released. We decided to do "Bring Me to Life" by Evanescence.
Nice.
Just because a lot of people love to kind of compare or give me the compliment that I'm similar to Amy Lee. So I'm really good friends with the lead singer Josh from Magnolia Park, and so I just basically called him up and was like, "Hey, do you want to do this collaboration together?" And he said, "Absolutely." So that will be released the 27th of this month. And then I think we're releasing another song, which is a very close song to us because my lead guitarist, Mike, wrote it about, we both wrote it about basically like losing a loved one. And it's, I think, the one song that really kind of clicks with the audience members no matter what tour we do. And then we also have a tour coming up in October. So there's just a lot of stuff between, September, October, and November.
Yeah, y'all are going out to Florida. I think, aren't y'all going to the East Coast from there? What's the plan?
Yeah, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah, I saw quite a few dates.
Yeah, it's about 15 dates. It's literally from Florida all the way up to like New York, Michigan area, and then like back down.
Go ahead.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that they did. Who y'all toured with?
We are touring with Fozzy and Nocturnal Affair.
Oh, that's right. They are touring with Fozzy. Way to go.
Yeah, I'm going to freak out when I get to see Chris Jericho in person.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
Let me see. I'm trying. How long have y'all been together?
So, actually, CloZure's been around for about like 8 years or so. But I actually didn't join them until like September 20-something of last year. So I was in a band prior myself, and, I guess through animosities or just different visions and values, we split. And then Nolan, our manager, actually found me and saw me at a live show, and we met up September. October, we found our bassist, Zach, and next thing you know, we were recording an EP November. So it was very fast and really hit the ground running.
Yeah, like I said, I think Nevermore is fantastic.
Yeah, sounds great.
Thank you so much.
I kind of wondered because you had that CloZure. Rob said that I think they switched singers. I think she did. And then I was like, well, wait, there's like 25 bands called CloZure. Which spelling is it? Let's get this right. Yeah. So, but yeah, good job. That is, like I said,
thank you.
Right out the bat, that is pretty damn good. And Nolan seems to be very high on y'all. So.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, I've only really been in like one real band prior to CloZure, and that was based where I live in Orlando. So I was a little nerve-wracked to join a band where, the bassist is in Kentucky, the rest of the members are in Alabama, and I'm all the way in Florida. And I think they were just as nervous having a female front because they've literally only had 6 foot something, bald, bearded, tattooed guys. And the next thing you know, my 5'6" female self walks in and they're like, uh-oh, can we handle this? But ironically, I've always been comfortable with the boys, and I've always been one of the boys. I have nothing but brothers and boy cousins. So
that's trending right now, man.
Yeah, Rob was all excited to get you on the podcast because every band that he plays in, I have female front. Yeah, every damn time.
I've been a fan since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for doing it. I mean,
females were interesting. I think
it balances out the heavier music. It always adds like a balance for me.
No, and I have no problem.
Absolutely.
I have no problem with it whatsoever. We've talked about this on previously about the Linkin Park switch, which I think is fantastic. It's a great fit,
right?
And
it's kind of like Beauty and the Beast type thing for me.
Yeah,
It's like,
and I'm fantastic with it. It is kind of like a contrast. You get a female voice with heavy sound. I like that sound.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fan of Evanescence. So yeah.
Yeah, same here.
She definitely has some larger shoes to fill. I remember, it's crazy. I've literally jumped on stage and platforms and barely nothing outfits, and that's intimidating in itself. But joining a band where all of the fans and viewers were used to having a male front, I think was probably the scariest thing that I could have done. So bless her heart, because she's got some big shoes to fill, but hopefully people don't fall into the pit of like wanting to compare her to be identical to him, but rather she's able to make it herself.
Yeah. You know how it is. I mean, those people were people who are going to be set against it no matter what. I mean, they were kind of prepping everybody.
Absolutely.
They had Lindsay Hale join them on stage and different stuff they were performing before. But, man, I love Chester, the way he sounded and all that. But we had to talk about suicide not too long ago, on this podcast. It's terrible, and I hate it so damn much, and there's so many people that are hurt by it. But listen, the rest of that band, I said this before, they worked their life goal to build a brand. It was not one person. Let those guys continue doing what they do, and
it doesn't only affect the band though, but it affects everyone, like, sound guys, crew.
Yeah, everybody
producers,
everybody's tied to that. Yeah.
There's so many people that are affected by it.
Yeah,
so
trust me.
It's good that they're continuing on.
Yeah, I mean, they did the performance, and I love the way she walked up there and walked up to the mic and just freaking owned it, man. I thought it was fantastic. So
I will say that her screams a lot of the times, because I watched the live performance too, because me being a female front, I was just beyond curious to see how that was going to plan out. And I will say that her screams are phenomenal. And of course there's things to work on, but in all honesty, that recorded performance, she probably had so many nerves knowing what she was about to walk into.
No doubt.
I mean, in all honesty, I can't recall another band that did a performance that way in order to introduce, millions of fans the new front. So, I mean, it's as nerve-wracking as probably like the NFL games or anything else big. So,
yeah, she was definitely
the nerves and
baptized by fire, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the PR machine had to be ready for everything. They had talked about it a million times over.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because
So, given the circumstances and everything, I think she did phenomenal, and I'm genuinely very curious to see the new music, because while Chester may only be Chester, I'm curious to see what the rest of the band is, because they got a lot of members,
Yeah, they do.
So they can really bring in a lot of different aspects and possibly revise or honestly like reimagine the whole sound of Linkin Park.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
New chemistry always adds another element, you know.
And I just like I did before, but I think the bounce back with the two vocals, you know, it's always going to be great like that. I love the way that's.
So how did you start singing? When did you start singing? How did you get into it?
How did I start singing? Yeah. I actually got kicked out of choir in middle school. So
sounds like me with art.
Yeah. I started singing young for fun, got kicked out. So then I was taught maybe I shouldn't sing. And then about like 19 or 20, I was in like a little fun cover band with my best friend. And, you know, it wasn't really like anything serious. And by, you know, 2022, I kind of just had this aha moment that I just genuinely love music. Yeah. And I love anything to do with the arts of music, because it's not just vocals, it's stage performance, it's outfits, it's, you know, all of that combined in one. So I jumped in at 22, 23, and I haven't really looked back since.
That's cool.
Good job.
Because you're into fashion as well, right?
I am. Yeah. I'm actually a traveling hair and makeup artist.
Yeah,
and then,
I saw that. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then in high school, because I didn't do music, I was like head of fashion and makeup for like a lot of drama clubs. So for me, I think just the final element was just getting the balls to get up on stage and actually do it. All throughout my life, I've loved debate and literature and hair and makeup and all of that. But ironically, you know, when you're a performer and not just a lyricist or a singer, everything is involved. You know, you have to fight yourself and fight the audience and figure out what they want to hear. You have to put it on paper. You got to wear the cool outfits, do the hair and makeup if you're a girl or a guy. So it just, I guess the pieces fell together by 22.
That's cool.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that is damn good.
But you've always been creative, obviously. So that helps.
Yeah, yeah. I was always a writer. I just didn't realize I could sing it.
Okay.
Nice. So you've done a bit of songwriting as well to go with that.
Absolutely. As of right now, everything that you're hearing that's been released so far, The Devil Effect, Nevermore, all the lyrics are me. Walk in the Sun, the lyrics are Mike, and then slightly revised by me. And then the new songs afterwards. I just gave you guys a little hint. Our next single is going to be Walk in the Sun, which is, cool. It's a very big deal to me because that song really hits home when it comes to my father's passing and stuff. But yeah, 90% of the time, if there's lyrics that I'm singing, I wrote them.
You did. That's damn good because, like I said, I heard that song and I was listening to it all the way today. I said, did I see them, you know, in Houston or and I had forgot all about Gettysburg, but at first I thought it was a cover because I love the song so much. I said, oh yeah, I've heard this plenty, you know, and oh wait, no, I haven't. You know, now she's telling me I haven't.
It has a familiar feel to it.
Yeah, it does. I like it. So well done.
Yeah, thank you.
So tour. This will probably get y'all through October, I'm gonna guess, and then
So do y'all have a manager as well?
Yeah. That's who I talked to.
Yeah, we
okay.
Our manager is Nolan through MK Music, and then my best friend that I've known her since she was 15. I actually used to be her boss. I hired her at my dad's restaurant when we used to own restaurants. She's our tour manager, and she's done a phenomenal job. We kind of threw her in the woodworks, and so she's who gets to babysit me, you know, every 2-3 months when we get on tour.
Is that who was with you in Gettysburg?
Yes.
Yeah,
she was our merch girl too.
Yeah, I met her.
Wait, was Nolan in Gettysburg?
Yeah, Nolan was there too.
It's so funny. I don't remember seeing him.
Both Kat and Nolan.
And see, you met Nolan, I think, before when the Almas were with him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
because I've known them almost for a while.
Yeah,
a few years.
So I was like, yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, and I remembered you had mentioned the restaurant business, and I told Doug about that.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, man, she's like has restaurants and stuff. Like,
very well.
You did it for years. Yeah. I mean, it's like the Albanian dream. You come to America, you know, you move to either, you know, Philadelphia or New York, and the first thing you do is you open up a pizza shop. And I think the reason why is because Albanians and like Italians are very close, especially through like immigration and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And so my dad started up one in New York, came down to Florida. Next thing you know, we had 7 of them. So since I was 11, I have worked nonstop in them. And honestly, I used to hate it. But now reminiscing and looking back at it, I feel like that's probably where I got half the nerve to handle tour because you have to be crazy in order to want to beat yourself up on tour.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yep.
Very well. Yeah. Cause that's,
it's not for everyone.
No. Yeah.
No.
I couldn't do it.
I'm getting ready
Admittedly.
I'm getting ready to head out for 3 plus weeks and 6,500 plus miles. And I have a lot more freedom than they do. So yeah.
That's super brave.
Yeah. Good job. And, we're also, talking to Malcolm Springer was the one who wanted me to talk to Nolan, and I was like, wait, Nolan said, yeah, I know you, Doug, we met. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So
Springer's a dope dude. I love Springer.
He is fantastic, that guy. He was down here.
He's got a personality. We were joking, ironically, us being on tour with Fozzy, Chris Jericho's band, when we first met him and he produced our first 4 singles, all we could laugh about was how he had like a very wrestler voice. He's like, hey, it's Malcolm Springer.
Yeah, he does.
He sounds like he's related to Hulk Hogan of some sort. And that was like one of the funny things that we were thinking about. And then, lo and behold, now we're actually on tour with a wrestler. So
that is cool.
We're probably going to be used to the really intense energy because he's got so much energy to him. It's absolutely insane.
Who's that? Fozzy or Malcolm? Both?
Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm.
But probably Chris, when I get to meet him, probably Chris is the same way too.
Yeah, Malcolm does have a lot. In fact, he was just out here working. Yeah, working with. He's working with another band that they had. We hosted a few bands at our house, and he's going to end up working with a all female band over here. In fact, I don't know when he's coming back, but yeah, we lined up with another band that's here. They have a pretty good little compound, and they're going to do some writing and stuff like that. So that's kind of good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, give Malcolm a good little base here in Houston. We had a nice evening. We had a dinner and everybody together. Then the next morning, I brought Malcolm to the airport. And I brought myself to the hospital. Yeah,
yep,
it was surgery. Yay!
And surgery the next day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But that's good. Anything else you want to tell us about the band?
I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I guess one thing I can say, and I don't think a lot of people know, is, the lineup that you get to see now is definitely a brand new lineup, and you really get to see us kind of grow and learn. And I think sometimes for a lot of like audience members and viewers, they see a band and they don't realize the hard work or ethics put behind it, or they also don't realize the amount of time that they have together. So if anybody wants to join us in our like little journey that we've got going on, you can follow us on official CloZure on literally all platforms. I mean, I don't want to only focus on the idea that we're female fronted because our guitarists are absolutely amazing. We have solos on so many songs. Our drummer's an absolute hard hitter, and our bassist is a hell of a fun time. And these guys are absolutely amazing dudes. But if you are interested in a female fronted band with really strong vocals that do clean vocals, a band that goes absolutely wild and, jumps around and moves around and doesn't know how to stay still and releases music every 2-3 months, then follow us and join us for the ride, I guess.
Yeah, yes, and go see them out online. And in fact,
so how are y'all practicing since y'all are like multi-state?
That's the funny thing. We don't, but when we do, we practice hard. So normally like a day or two before a tour, we kind of beat each other up for, 5-6 hours a day. Honestly, probably more like 7 or 8
that's
a day. And then other than that, I mean, nowadays with modern technology and everything, when we practice, we don't practice to remember our parts because we all write our own music. So we pretty much know our parts well. It's just to be able to be comfortable and know what each other are about to do on stage.
Yeah.
But even then, we always felt like, it's one thing to understand what the song requires, but we don't like to choreograph ourselves. We kind of like to have fun on stage and really make it real rock and roll. But this is going to be our 3rd tour coming up. And I feel like the practice that we have is really just the practice on road,
Yeah,
sometimes the best way to learn is to learn the hard way.
You'll get plenty of times to do that in a row. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got thrown in the deep end. We actually, our first tour, speaking of Almas, our first tour was with the Almas, and Modern Mimes, and we had a couple other bands jump on and off the bill. And you know, our first tour was with Almas, and they actually gave us some really good pointers and Modern Mimes and everything. And you know, we kind of really learned our wits and everything and what we're capable of on our last tour with Powerman, 5000, Tantric, and Sponge.
Mm-hmm.
And they were such an amazing band to perform with, and they were all really dope dudes. So I'm really excited for Fozzy and Nocturnal Affair because we're more than ever comfortable with each other. And it's been a crazy hell of a first year. You know, we released
go ahead.
We released our first single this year, and we're already on our like third tour.
That is pretty wild.
I know that is
it's
pretty
a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty hardcore, pretty heavy. That they've run with some good bands.
Well, somebody's seeing something they like.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, because that's really early for a band to be doing that. But hey, stuff sounds great.
When it's working, right?
Yeah. Stuff sounds
you know, while the CloZure lineup is new, you know, I understand that. We've all been really putting in a lot of effort from like day one, whether it was with our old bands or with the lineup that you're seeing now. And I think that's just like you're seeing the culmination of everything finally getting together and like really going for it. So yeah, it's a lot. I don't know if I would have looked at myself a year ago, you know, not having a band and getting kicked out of one, to finally being blessed with, you know, just the tours and the amazing lineups and all of, you know, the really good, you know, feedback from our 2 singles that we have released. We're actually literally going to an award ceremony in Nashville right after our tour. So it's just kind of wild to be like nominated and to, you know, be on the road with so many amazing bands. But hey, we're finally getting some closure, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Look how that came full circle.
Next is Go International.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's damn good. But I have y'all played any with Shallow Side?
We have played with Shallow Side, I believe.
Yeah, there's some good dudes.
Yeah, because Alabama.
We have.
Yeah, they are.
I think we played with Shallow Side at oh my god, it was a radio station show in Mississippi, if I'm not mistaken.
Good deal. Yeah, they'll be here. I think the 11th of October. I'll be gone. I think they got to occupy my house. But
they're coming to Houston.
Yeah,
cool.
But
oh, that's cool.
Liz, thanks so much for today. I tell everybody, go if they sound that good with 2 singles out right now. I can guarantee you they've got a future. So.
The live shows where it's
Thank
at, right?
you so much.
Yeah, go see them live. But that's why I saw it. Like I said, I swear I thought it was a cover because the song sounded so damn good.
Yeah.
But
I'm so honored that it resonates, because I think that's half the struggle in music, is to create something new, but still want to listen to it or feel just familiar enough for your like mind and body to like take it in easily.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
totally.
And Malcolm did that song.
Yes, Malcolm has done all of our singles. So
go Malcolm.
I believe we're going to go back into the studio with them next year. But every single that you'll hear right now, aside from obviously the cover, Malcolm has recorded and helped us produce too, because, you know, it's hard to get 5 heads into one space and to create a song.
This is true.
So Malcolm was kind of like our moderator, and he was like, hey, maybe we should tighten it up here or loosen it up there. And he's an amazing guy. I mean, I love Malcolm Springer. He's a dope dude.
He is that. But yep, look, we're gonna push you. Everybody, go get CloZure.
Definitely.
Get on their Facebook, their Instagram, Apple Music,
Y'all
Spotify.
Have merch online?
We have merch online, and we also have merch in person. Online has some cool stuff though that if you check it out, it won't be on the table in person.
And again, that's at official CloZure.
officialclozure.com, and then official CloZure on all platforms.
Yeah, you'll have some cool design shirts.
CloZure with a Z, though.
Yep, CloZure with a Z.
With a Z.
With a Z, yeah. All right, that's it, Liz. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. This is the Nonsense Chronicles. Please like and subscribe.
Later.